So now, probably after the collaboration is why we should return to the office. I think the other one that I hear or read about the most is the monitoring of employees. Basically, the idea of that, well, if I can't see the employee, how do I know they're working? So that line of sight equals work.
I just think like the image I get in my head is Office Space, where the boss is just kind of hovering in through the cubicles with his cup of coffee. It's like, oh, hey, Peter.
Okay, so that has to be resonant because I've heard so many Office Space like comments the past 7 days. Like it definitely is a big reference there. But yeah, and the idea that a desk visit to the employee guarantees or assures that they are working. As I'm thinking about different things that I'm working on, if people were constantly stopping by to check to make sure I'm doing my work, can you really do your work with that many interruptions? Because that was one of the things in office that I found most difficult to get my work done was everybody checking in on you or stopping by or asking you a question. And so the whole thing of the monitoring it. And I think there was possibly came from the pandemic because we flipped to remote work with no, because it was all in a shock. So workers didn't really know what they were doing. It took us a while to regain our footing. And so it seemed to me in those early days, like they kind of figured out what they were doing. It seemed like the managers or the team leads were kind of like a lagging, like, oh, how do I peek in on people? How do I see what they're doing? And that's when we saw, some of the softwares that the surveillance type of softwares that companies started using to make sure they could measure productivity and things like that. Definitely the return to work push seems to be like, if I can't see you, how do I know you're doing your job?
Which seems interesting because you think you would just be able to see, well, what kind of output is this person doing? What are they accomplishing each week? Do you have, as a manager, are there certain things that you've assigned to them that you're expecting them to complete? Can you check in with them on projects? Or when I hear these types of things, I'm like, well, if you're wondering what your employees are doing, like, well, what are their responsibilities? What have you given them to do? And I would think there would be a way to be able to see, well, are they doing these? Are they doing those things, or how are they doing these things? Or maybe I think that was one of the success tips that we gave, and that I think that was in the second conversation about do a check in with your team members and just be like, hey, Roxanne, how things going? Are you feeling like you're getting some things done? Like, what were you able to get done since the last time we talked? Or are there any challenges that you're having? Is there something that I can help you with? Is there a resource? Or it's like just have a conversation.
As I was listening to those comments, I was thinking back to a person that I worked with, a very, very nice person, showed up all the virtual meetings, everything. We'd assign tasks. Yes, I understand this. Okay, you've got the templates, you've got the brand colors. You understand what we're asking. We need this many fit slides. I can't remember what the exact deliverables were, but oh, sure, I understand. I've got the, and then the deliverables were nothing like that. Yes, this was a virtual situation, but I'm like, would that have been different in person? Could the person have sat in the meeting? Let's say we were in the meeting and been like, yes, I understand. I have this. Could they have then gone about their way, done it, and submitted the same incorrect? Yes, in both situations, I think they could. And the difference of like being face to face or being remote, as we work with it remote, it's like, okay, I can meet with you one on one and kind of walk you through it. And we can debate of like, is it better, something's better to do remotely or in person? But one of the things I do love, and this is not about like the positives, this might have to go somewhere else. But if you are remote or to where you're like, oh, you drive, show me what you're doing. And so you can coach them and mentor them in that way. But it doesn't have to just be like, oh, this person didn't do it because we were remote. That is not it at all. I think the outcome would have been the same if we were in person. And so that this person needed one-on-one development time. There was something this person lacked and they could not complete the task they were assigned. Remote, face to face, you're going to have to mentor it or get some training in both of those situations.
Lots of things really don't have anything specifically to do with is the person working remotely or is the person working on site in an office. Like I think we commented, I think in the last conversation, a lot of this is just process and procedure type things. For some reason, just because somebody prefers everybody to be in the same building or is fine with remote work, I think they're arguing things that really don't have anything to do with remote work or being in the office. The next possibility could be one of the reasons why there is this big push for, we can't be having remote work. We need everybody back at the office.